You know more than every influencer in your industry combined, yet they're getting millions of views while your expert content gets 200. That guy teaching a business who's never run a business, millions of followers. That fitness influencer who clearly takes steroids, printing money. Meanwhile, you've got 20 years of experience, actual credentials, and your content is crickets. Here's the uncomfortable truth is that being smart is actually hurting your social media growth, and the dumber you are about certain things, the more likely you are to go viral. I'm Logan Forsyth from Media Scaling. We've generated over 7 billion views for our clients, and I see this pattern every single day. The smartest people in the room are usually the worst at social media, and today I'm going to show you exactly why idiots are beating you at the content game, and more importantly, how to fix it without dumbing yourself down, because you absolutely deserve to be bigger than those guys, and you just need to understand the game that they're playing that you're not. So let's get into the expert's curse that's killing your content. You spent years mastering your craft, and that mastery is exactly what's sabotaging your social media. You think accuracy matters more than entertainment. You're trying to teach a masterclass when people want a TikTok video. You qualify every statement because you know the exceptions. You use industry terminology that make people feel stupid, and you think depth equals value when attention actually equals value. What's actually happening in your brain is you have what psychologists call the curse of knowledge. You literally cannot remember what it's like to not know what you know. Your brain skips 50 steps that beginners need explained, and you assume context that doesn't exist for viewers. You're solving problems people don't know that they have yet. Meanwhile, the dumb creators, they just learned something yesterday and are teaching it today. They're only one step ahead of their audience, and they remember exactly what it's like to be confused. They explain things simply because they don't know the complex version, and they're excited about basics that you find boring. See, there's something called the credibility paradox, where you think credentials matter, but what people actually care about much more is how the information is presented and how they're entertained. People trust confidence more than competence. Simplicity signals understanding more than complexity, and entertainment value beats educational value every single time. Overthinking is algorithm poison. It's because the algorithm is dumb. It doesn't care about your expertise, and your overthinking is sending all the wrong signals. You spend 3 weeks perfecting a video that needs to be posted today. You script every word instead of speaking naturally. You reshoot 10 times to get the facts exactly right. You delete the videos that aren't perfect, and you overanalyze metrics instead of just posting more content. What overthinking does to your content is it makes you sound like a robot reading a textbook. It removes all personality and emotion. It creates paralysis that kills consistency. It focuses on wrong metrics like accuracy over engagement, and it delays posting until that moment has passed. What dumb people do instead is they post first, think later, make mistakes, and then keep them in, react emotionally without filtering, share half-formed thoughts that spark discussion, and post 10 times while you're perfecting that one video. The algorithm's perspective on this is that it rewards speed and consistency over quality. Raw emotion outperforms polished education, and mistakes create comments which boost engagement. Controversy from being wrong beats being right, and volume beats perfection every single time. And by the way, if you're running a service business or info business doing over 3 million per year and you want our team to handle all your content creation, viral strategy, maximize distribution with hundreds to thousands of posts per month, drive organic conversions, and so much more, we should talk. Check out the link in the description below to learn exactly how we work, how we put skin in the game with performance-based pricing at a tiny fraction of the cost compared to ads, and how we guarantee 10 million to 500 million views or we work for free. And with that said, now let's talk about the confidence gap that's keeping smart people small. Smart people doubt themselves, and dumb people don't. And social media rewards certainty even when it's wrong. You see all the nuance and the edge cases when they see black and white and speak in absolutes. You hedge your statements with usually or sometimes, and they say always and never with their chest out. What I'm saying is your accuracy can make you sound uncertain. There's something called the Dunning-Kruger advantage, where the Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias where people with low confidence in a task overestimate their ability, while highly competent individuals often underestimate their own skills, meaning people who know less come across as more confident about what they know. Confidence is more magnetic than competence. Viewers follow certainty rather than full accuracy, and bold wrong statements beat weak right statements. How this plays out in content is you say this might help with, and the dumb people say this can change your life. You teach principles, they promise success. You share research, they share anecdotes as facts. You acknowledge complexity, they sell simple solutions. You respect the audience's intelligence, they assume everyone's an idiot. Why viewers choose confidence is because people want answers, not more questions. Certainty feels safe even when it's wrong, and following confident people feels like following leaders. Doubt triggers anxiety, while certainty provides relief. And now let's get into the entertainment equation that you're missing. You think you're competing with other experts when you're actually competing with Netflix, video games, and porn for attention. Your educational content is competing with pure entertainment, and unfortunately, nobody opens social media to learn, they open it to be entertained. Education is the vegetable and entertainment is the candy, and you're serving vegetables in a candy store. The dumb creators understand that they're entertainers first. So what makes content entertaining? Drama and conflict, not information. Personality and emotion, not facts. Stories and examples, not principles. Surprises and twists, not logical progression. Relatability, not expertise. The educational sweet spot here is 50% entertainment, 50% education. Lead with emotion, support with logic, and make them laugh first, then teach them second. Use examples they relate to rather than just the most optimal examples, and simplify until it hurts, then simplify more. Why experts struggle with this is that you value accuracy over engagement. You think entertainment cheapens your message and you don't want to dumb it down. You're afraid of pure judgment and you confuse your role as a teacher rather than an entertainer. So here's how to fix it. You don't need to become dumb. You just need to turn off the smart part of your brain when creating content. Some things that you can do is write how you talk, not how you think. Record your first take, not your best take. Post your rough draft, not your final version. Share what excited you today and not what you've known for years. And teach the excited beginner version of yourself. There's something called the 5-minute rule, where if it takes more than 5 minutes to come up with an idea, you're overthinking it. So just set a timer and then post when it goes off. A lot of the time, your first thought is the best thought for social media, and your throwaway content can outperform your masterpieces. Speed truly beats perfection in this attention economy. We can also use the beginner's mindset hack. When you're creating content, pretend that you just learned this yesterday. Get excited about the basics again and explain it to your mom, not your colleague. Use analogies from everyday life and celebrate the small wins like they're huge. You can also use the controversy cheat code, where you state something boldly without having to include all the qualifiers. Let people correct you in the comments. Take a strong stance on something debatable. Challenge conventional wisdom with contrarian takes and make predictions that could be wrong. See, what we've seen is quantity may in fact be better than quality. When smart people post once a week and dumb people post 5 times a day, guess who wins? You're trying to hit home runs and they're taking singles. You need every post to be perfect and they just need one to hit. You're playing the quality game and they're playing the quantity game. The algorithm across all platforms rewards consistency over excellence, and one viral post pays for 100 bad ones. The mathematical reality is posting 5 times more gives you 5 times more chances. The algorithm needs data to optimize, and you can't predict what is going to go viral. Your best post might be the one that you almost deleted, and volume creates momentum that quality can't. So how do you increase volume without sacrificing your standards? You can batch create when you're in a flow state, repurpose everything in multiple ways, share thoughts in progress rather than full conclusions, document your process, not just the results, and honestly, lower your standards for posting and then raise your standards for your paid products. Doing this creates a compound effect where more posts means more data means better optimization means more reach means more feedback, and more feedback means faster improvement. It's an entire flywheel. Let's get into what it takes to implement this. See, you have a right to be frustrated. You do deserve more views than these idiots, but deserving it isn't enough. Your knowledge is your biggest asset and your biggest liability, and the market doesn't care about your credentials, it cares about how you educate and entertain them. Attention is currency, not expertise, and you have to play the game to win the game. The idiots understood this before you did, and that's why they're winning. So the mindset shift here is you're not a teacher, you're an entertainer who teaches. Your competition isn't other experts, it's every creator. Perfect is the enemy of viral, and your worst content is someone else's breakthrough. What happens when you get this right is your expertise becomes an advantage, not a handicap. You reach more people with simplified truth than complex accuracy, and your throwaway content starts outperforming your masterpieces. When you do this, the algorithm finally starts working for you and you beat the idiots at their own game. Now, if you'd like to have our team of top experts do all the heavy lifting for you and turn your expertise into winning content, the link to learn more and apply is in the description below. We operate performance-based and guarantee 10 million to 500 million views, or we work for free. On that page, you'll also be able to see more of our client success stories. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.